about it right now, everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. You have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. And you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging, painful. It's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself. Because you're worth it. You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
So, first meal of the day right here, right? Coming in at 5:52, right? So it's an early start to the day, all right? So, this is going to be a mixture of a day, all right? I don't want to actually show too much of my training specifically because I want to keep this more so like focused around the food. So, with that in mind, food going down right now. I got one nectarine, tangerine, whatever, same shit. I got some deli meat right here. I wanted to finish up, and something I want to try out in March. I'll probably talk about a little more in the video, but I wanted to consume less animal products. So, for example, like meat. This is deli turkey meat. It's like a honey kind of sweet kind of thing. It's still good. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm a omnivore. You could say it like that, right? I eat a lot of fruits, vegetables, but I also do eat variations of meat. I don't exclude nothing specifically, but something for the month of March, as a matter of fact. I wanted to try to just reduce my consumption of animal products, animals, you could say, and maybe so focus more on animal products. So that would be an example. Like I want to eat more eggs, dairy, cheese, rather than actual meat sources, which still fine as far as nutrition goes. You can get a lot of the same nutritional benefits by eating animal products such as eggs and dairy, low-fat dairy, and stuff like that in comparison to eating the meat, which is like B12 and stuff like that. I'm not going vegetarian. I'm not throwing a title on it, nothing. I just want to consume some less animals in the month of March and see how that goes. All right, so that was the first thing. Got the deli meat, got the nectarine, I got my creatine monohydrate right here. I take about 5 caps, right? So it's just creatine monohydrate. I take it every day. Don't got a specific time that I prefer to take it or reasoning for having a certain time. I just take that shit every day because it doesn't matter about it doesn't matter about the time within the day. It just matters about consistency day to day. You have to take my recommendation is about 3 to 5 grams every single day. All right, so then I got one bag of little packet of instant oats. Did that. It's about 100 calories per packet, and then I put some sugar-free maple syrup, cinnamon, some sweetener in there. So that's what's going on. And I got my, one of a kind. This little concoction right here. Okay, it's a protein cake, right? I showed you the protein powder I was using a little bit when I was getting the food together. PE Science, and it's a casein whey blend protein. So basically, cut that short and save you the details. The casein whey blend. It's very good for baking, very good for protein recipes, protein baking, whatever, because the casein is something that it makes it a very cakey kind of texture. All right, so my thing that I did right here is that I put a scoop of protein in. Okay, it's about 25 grams of protein for each scoop, and then what I did was I added some baking powder, some cinnamon, salt, and sweetener, and then threw everything in, mixed it up, and I also added it for the liquid to bring the moisture to it. I added some sugar-free, unsweetened almond milk, I think it is, almond milk, cashew milk, but add that in, and what happened was is that I mixed it up, threw it in the microwave. That thing rises to like a cake kind of consistency, and then basically what I do is top it off with some sugar-free syrup, right? That's a wrap right there. So I'm about to smash this, you know, so I'm trying to get this food before it gets cold. And I'm going to see y'all in the next meal, and I'm going to go over my diet plan and how I'm structuring my fat loss diet for the next 12 weeks. Yo. So, we done with the sesh. It was a leg day. Beautiful leg day. I'm talking about, I ain't had a PR today, but you know what I'm saying? Everything went well. Everything was on point. You know, and that's all we asked for, you know, because I'm in a deficit right now. I'm in a calorie deficit. If you never heard about that, you're going to hear about about that shit on this channel, because, you know what I'm saying, that's the only way to lose body fat, being a calorie deficit. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you know, do keto, you can't do paleo, you can't do vegan, you can't do none of that shit. Unless you're in a calorie deficit, you will not lose body fat. That's something that you want to drill into your head for life, because that's the only way, thermodynamics, as a matter of fact, that's the only way humans or anything that's a mammal, anything that's living, loses body fat, by being in a calorie deficit. I said calorie. Caloric deficit, you know what I'm saying? I'm here, got the endorphins going, all that shit, because, you know, I just came out the gym, and I be hyped when I come out the gym. You know, I'm even more hyped than after I take the pre-workout beforehand, all right? So, as you can tell, you know what I'm saying, I'm rough right now, but I'm about to shower up, you know what I mean? Make sure y'all showering after y'all gym, you know what I'm saying? That's a little pro tip right there, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't want to be stank, you know what I mean? But the main thing is that while I was at the gym, I had a leg sesh, and then I did my 20 minutes on the stair stepper, right? That's something that I have in my plan, right? And I'm going to go in deep to my plan, you know, in a little set, right? Probably in the next clip right now. But the thing is that, you know, I got 20 minutes so far post-workout on the stair stepper, not pre-workout, because I want to save all of my energy, all my glycogen, and all the calories that I'm going to, you know, a little bit that I'm gonna burn in the weight session, and then the lot of bit that I'm gonna burn in the cardio session. I want emphasis on my energy to be focused to the weights, because muscle mass preservation, when you're in a calorie deficit, that is what is going to allow you to keep the most muscle on, train hard, keep the most muscle on. And also, when you diet down and you get lean, you're going to have a better physique, because you maintain and preserve that muscle that you have, that you work for. And I'm coming out of a bulk. Why would I be, you know, that's contradictory. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just bulked up, you know, in order to gain as much muscle as possible, and then I'm going to crash diet and lose the muscle? Hell no. Nah. So I'm taking my diet protocol right now, very slow and very controlled. You know what I'm saying? That's what dieting is. If you don't know, it's another term. It's called controlled starvation, all right? Starvation has a stigma around it, you know what I'm saying? It sounds scary or big or whatever. But, you know, matter of fact, the thing is just that I'm just in a calorie deficit, a slight calorie deficit at that, you know what I'm saying? I'm about in a 200-300 calorie deficit from my maintenance calories, okay? Everybody has a maintenance calorie threshold, okay? And they have, you know, a surplus is anything above that maintenance calories, and a deficit is anything below that maintenance calories, okay? So, like I said, I don't want to touch too much on that, because I'm going to go in deep to that, you know, in a little bit in the next clip. But anyways, hit the leg session, smash that. 20 minutes on the stair stepper, smash that. That was actually a PR on the stair stepper, because, you know what I'm saying, coming out of this bulk, you know, I'm a little heftier right now. And the thing is that, you know, I got to get my cardiovascular endurance back up, you know what I'm saying, to when I was in the leaner days, when I was going hard on cardio. You know, I had to limit that as the bulk progressed. And now we're bringing that back in, we're introducing it back in. So, anyways, I smashed that because the other day I only did about 15 minutes on the stair stepper, and I was gassed. And, you know what I'm saying, it's the second time I did it, and I did 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying, baby steps. But, you know what I'm saying, that's still steps, though. I don't care. So, that's a PR, that's a win for the day. And so far, I had the first meal that y'all saw, and I also had a little bit of carbs. So I had like this little Rice Krispie thing. It was an off-brand Rice Krispie, you know what I'm saying? We on a budget around here, so it was an off-brand Rice Krispie. It was some Captain Crunch version, but it's the same deal, you know what I'm saying? So I had two of those, it's about 180 calories. And then I also had a little nectarine, mandarin, orange. Y'all saw one of those earlier. So I had that in between my lifting session, in between, and then I had the cardio session. So, you know what I'm saying, because the glycogen is a little bit low, you know what I'm saying, I pushed it hard in the session, in the weightlifting session, so I had to make sure I had enough fuel to hit that PR, 20 minutes on the stair stepper. All right, so that's about it. Right now, I'm about to shower up, I'm about to shut up, you know what I mean, and then when I get back, I'm going to be prepping my meal for my third meal today, right? So I'm going to be prepping my meal for the third meal today, because I'm going to be on my work shift, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, along with all of these things that I'm doing, all these activities I'm doing in the day, I'm monitoring my step count, okay? So that's something I also implement, because, you know, yes, I did 20 minutes on stair stepper, and, you know, that's 20 minutes. But, you know what I'm saying, you want to be active throughout the whole entire day, because as you're in a calorie deficit, your body is going to reduce your fidgeting. It's going to reduce the energy that you expend, because you're intaking less calories. So my goal right now also is that, along with maintaining my muscle, doing my 20 minutes on the stair stepper post lift, I'm also aiming for 13 to 15,000 steps a day, all right? That's gonna allow me to eat more food and be in a deficit. If I wasn't doing those amount of steps a day, I would have to eat less food to be in a deficit, because I'm therefore expending less calories. So I found a nice happy medium where I like to, you know, I enjoy going on walks. It helps me relieve stress, you know, mental health, you know, it's also important around here. But So I go on walks all the time, but 13, 15,000 steps depending on the day. Some days I'm more active, some days I'm less. But trying to maintain that threshold just because it's gonna allow me to keep staying in a deficit over this period of time as I progress into this diet, into this fat loss. You know what I'm saying? And I woke up today feeling a little bit leaner. I don't know. It might be placebo, it might just be in my head, but you're on the right track. Everything is, all energy is up, and motivation is up. And I'll let you know a little bit probably in this video, and that's my opinions on motivation. Motivation is limited, but at the moment it's up because I'm excited to get into this new goal that I got. All right, so I'm gonna shut up, I'm gonna wash up, I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. All right, so we throwing the meal prep together because I got a 6-hour shift at work. So we're not gonna let the gains go to waste. Because food is the fuel for the gains. As as I say, eat your carbs, eat your fats, and eat your proteins. Don't cut out one, expecting fat loss to magically happen, because that's not sustainable. So y'all gonna see a little B-roll of me putting together this meal prep right now, and I'm gonna get into the next segment when I'm talking about my specifics, diet plan, all them details, some things, some goals I got going on for March. All right, but for the second that y'all gonna watch this right now, I'm about to start the time lapse right now. So we have come to the point that we'll break down the diet plan, the fat loss plan, the whole plan, everything but the plan. All right, so the thing is that this is week 1 for me right now, and this in total is going to be about 12, 13 weeks or so, depending also, it's dependent on, at the very end, of that last week, if I'm in a position where if this is like where I foretold, like where I'm going to be, if I like the physique at that point, depending on if I push another couple more weeks or, change things up, or I go back up to maintenance. All right. So, so I touched on a little bit earlier, there's a maintenance number for your calories. There is a deficit number, and there's a surplus number. Okay, so we in cutting season, so we focusing on maintenance and deficit calories. Okay, bulking, I was bulking for about 6 months or so, which got me up to 175 pounds in the morning, and that's on average also, because I monitor my average weight, because weight fluctuates day to day, as you will see in these probably videos that I'm going to be making after this. My weight is going to fluctuate, and I'm completely aware of that, and it doesn't freak me out, because you can simply just drink one glass of water more one day compared to the next and be up heavier, but it's simply just water. It doesn't determine fat gain or fat loss. So something to keep in mind, because a lot of people, it may stump them, and it make them feel a certain type of weight in the remainder of the day if they track their weight in the early portion of the morning, right? And then it's like, oh man, now it's in the back of your head, and you'll be like thinking that, oh, this is not working, what should I do? And then should I restrict even more? You know what I'm saying? So if you have an understanding that weight fluctuates in the beginning, you should also, be setting yourself up for success, because, you're not going to have those thoughts that are going to make you rush into even steeper of a deficit. Because, at the moment, as I tell everybody that asks, but the thing is like, for me, myself, I try to keep my calories as high as I can while being in a deficit for as long as I can. I try to minimize the amount of changes that I make downwards, because, that's just going to be more difficult for me. But I also still want to be seeing progress while I'm in a deficit, slight one. All right, so right now, I'm going to tell you right now, I am consuming 2,300 calories, okay? So the thing is that is the main, that's the king, that's the above all calories, okay? Consuming 2,300 calories. Now, within those calories, okay, because that's how it works. calories, you know what I'm saying, carbohydrates provide 4 calories per gram, protein provides 4 calories per gram, and fat provides 9 calories per gram, okay? So within those calories, I am consuming 50 grams of fat, 170 grams of protein, and the carbs is the rest. All right, so that right there, I hope you can see it, you know what I mean? Open up your eyes for that one, right? Because 2,300 calories, within those 2,300 calories, I'm consuming 50 grams of protein at like a baseline in one day, and 170 grams as a target every day. So baseline, target is different kind of things. So a target is 170 grams. If I fall, let's say 160, 158, you know, I'm not stressing, but 50 grams of fat. The reason why is because fat is very crucial for hormone production and a lot of bodily functions that you need. And you know what I'm saying, I want to make sure my testosterone, my natural testosterone, is, you know, as optimal as possible. When I say it's related to hormone production, fat is related to your testosterone as me as a male, and that's something that I care about. So you know, fat is something that I don't go below 50 grams, and 170 grams of protein. That one is for muscle preservation, right? So along the day, I try to space my meals across 4 meals, and every time I eat protein within those meals, you know, that's going to be a little portion of the total that I'm trying to hit, 170 grams, and most likely divided up by 4. Sometimes it's higher protein meals, sometimes lower, but in a whole day's total, I'm looking at 170 grams, and that's the main thing. And the thing is that that's for muscle preservation, because, you know, when every time you eat protein, you spike muscle protein synthesis. And in a deficit, you want to spread out your protein intake, and, you know, that's why fasting is not the most optimal for what I'm doing. I'm a bodybuilder. I want to maintain my muscle mass throughout the day, and I want to maintain anabolism rather than catabolism. Catabolism is when I am breaking down, you know, that could be catabolism of food in the stomach, catabolism of muscle, catabolism of body fat also. But the thing is like, I want to be anabolic throughout the day. So I spread out my protein around 4 protein servings a day. And I don't really go above that, because I find that, you know, then it's like, you know, you majoring in the minors. You know, the thing is like, I try to keep it at 4 because, you know, little increments throughout the day. 4 works best for me, and it's not over like too much, or it's not under too much. That's what works for me. So 170 grams in total, but I spread it out amongst 4 different types of meals, all right? And then the carbs, I just fill in the rest. So as I said earlier, carbs are 4 calories per gram of each carb. So right now, if I was to do some mental math, I think I'm consuming around maybe like 250 to 300 grams of carbs on a day, on a given day, within those 2,300 calories. And I always say, make sure you're eating your carbs, especially because I'm a bodybuilder. Glycogen is what fills the muscle. That is what makes your muscles look round and makes your muscles even be able to function. And glycogen is synthesized by eating carbs. You know, you need to eat your carbs. That some carb sources, for example, could be oatmeal, fruits, apples, bananas, but also vegetables. Some vegetables, you know, so starchy vegetables, potatoes, you know, beans, legumes, you know what I'm saying? Salad, lettuce, spinach, all these good things, you know what I'm saying? So these are carb sources, all right? They range, right? They all have different properties. Candy is another one as a carb source, right? Now, the thing is that, you know, I'm not one to demonize a certain type of food. I like to eat, and as, you know what I'm saying, on my IG, which I'll put it right there, you know, if you're not following, I know I'm ranting, but, you know, you can do a lot of things at once, you know, just flip that tab open, follow me on IG, and then get back to this real quick. But the main thing is that I do not demonize foods. I was a heavier person one time in my life, 230, 240-ish at the max, and right now I'm at 175 at peak bulk. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm just coming off of bulk. I've gotten up to 175 from a leaner point, you know, when I was cutting last year, and then up to now, I bulked up to 175, and that is a peak bulk. You know what I'm saying? That is, for the most part, that's the heaviest I've been in a long time, because, you know, over time and over knowledge and becoming educated on nutrition and all that stuff, I've lost weight, and I've managed to find ways of eating that suits how I like to live. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't completely scratch out the things that I used to do to enjoy that I was a heavier person, but I know how to do things in ways that I can monitor and also keep myself under control, right? And speaking of monitoring, I track my calories using MyFitnessPal, all right? I don't, you know what I'm saying? People that track their calories, yes, it can range from, you know, a healthy habit, or it can range to, you know, get to a negative habit. But the thing is like, it's not negative for me. I mean, it's just something that I use to monitor. You know, when you monitor things, you pay more attention, and you succeed most likely because you're looking at the data. Data is something that I enjoy. I'm a very analytical person. I like to track my weights. I like to track the average. I like to, you know, look at all the things changing and fluctuating, because it is motivating for me to see those numbers in the direction that I want them to see, right? So I do track my calories, and, you know, I also track my meals along with tracking my calories in an app. It's called MyFitnessPal. If you're not on that, if you're trying to lose weight, most likely you don't have an understanding, a perception of tracking calories. That's why it's beneficial to use a MyFitnessPal app, even for a little short piece of time, because the thing is, it will allow you to have a perception of what foods provide what calories, what is a carb source, what is a fat source, what is a protein source. And the thing is like, I've done this for years. You know, I can actually say I've done this for years at this point. And the thing is that, you know, I could just throw that tracking calculator out right now, because it's like, I've done this, like, I literally have all the knowledge ready in my head, you know, because I've done this for a long period of time. But for somebody that's in a different situation where they have not done that, that's why that knowledge is not there yet. And that's why I recommend to track your calories for a short period of time until that knowledge is there. All right, so this is weeks 1 to 3, 2,300 calories. That is what I'm going to be doing. And like I said, I touched on, I'm doing 13 to 15,000 steps a day. And that's going to allow me to be in a deficit while still consuming these amount of calories, proteins, fats, and carbs. And also, I'm going to be, you know, adding in a little stair stepper, because my kind of thing, though, I didn't say it specifically, but if I do a stair stepper a day, then I'm more likely on the 13,000 step goal. But if I don't do stair steppers, I'm on the 15,000 step goal. So it fluctuates, but at the end of the day, I'm probably still expending the same amount. It's just something that I like to switch up, because, you know, so say a day I need to be more faster paced, I need to get somewhere I gotta do, you know, I'm busy, whatever. Stair stepper, it might be able to alleviate some of the time that it takes to walk 15,000 steps, which I have a good practice in, because I track my steps, so I know how to get it in. But, you know what I'm saying, that's my numbers, this is my numbers, and I just want you to know ahead of time that, you know, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm explaining to you what I'm doing for myself, trying to entertain you, trying to make you laugh, trying to, you know what I'm saying, look at this guy over here with his goofy haircut, you know what I'm saying, with his, you know, his little cat scratch right there. But, you know, the thing is like, this is entertainment. This is not no nutritional advice. This is a nutritional, I'm speaking on what I'm doing right now. All right, so with that in mind, 1 to 3 weeks, 2,300 calories. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm not gonna get too much detail into, because I will be making a change after 3 weeks, but I will let you know when that week comes, because I'm gonna be uploading videos on a regular, you know what I'm saying. Got the meal prep done, sitting over there, is cooling down. I'm gonna put the cap on that, and then I'm gonna go out to work in a little bit, and I'm not gonna eat it just yet, because I'm not hungry right now. So, you know, I'm satiated. I have my Diet Coke. Don't be afraid of Diet Coke. If it's 0 calories, it's 0 problems. And on top of that, you know what I mean, I use that sazon, I use that hot sauce or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit about sodium, honestly. Do I have high blood pressure? No. Is my blood markers perfect? Yes. You know, I got blood work done recently, and the thing is like, I'm healthy. I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete in my head, you know, at least I'm a bodybuilder, I do it for myself. But the thing is, it's like, I'm not stressing sodium, you know what I'm saying? Sodium is an electrolyte that I sweat a lot, so why the hell do I care about sodium? Again, this is me, this is not you. I just want you to say that, I just want to say that, you know, ahead of time, because I know you see that, you know, sometimes people see sazon, they get afraid. But, you know, I just like my food to have some flavor, okay? As I like everything in life to have some flavor, okay? So, that's it, you know what I mean? I'm going to eat that meal prep a little bit later, and then I'm going to have dinner. I might vlog it, I might not, but overall, I'm getting back in the YouTube thing. You're going to see me, my face, on a regular, so you might as well subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like, all that stuff, because, you know what I'm saying, we're going to go through this together. This is a process that I'm going to be embarking on, and you know what I mean? I only got high hopes. I'm doing big things, and I'm going to get to my goal. So, if y'all with me on that, I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all, and I'll see y'all next week.